Welcome back. Dodgeball Toronto's Kickoff 2025. We're at the men's gold medal match. Terry Trasher here with Stephanie Ness.
Stephanie Ness, nice to see everybody again. It's been a little while.
We saw you on the court a little bit earlier playing with Supernova.
A line there maybe missed by the ref, but it's early in the game, so.
Yeah, Giovenko just that back foot planting.
Yeah, he had no idea. There's no way for him to tell that. He's just backing up, you know.
And just in case anybody had any doubt, like we've seen Giovenko be incredibly honest.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Through so many tournaments, so yeah. I have no doubts there, but.
No. Here we go, so Shred versus Outsiders. Big anticipated match, I believe. Those semis were incredible. Very close on both sides.
Yeah, coming down essentially to the last point. And I know I called this an all-USA matchup in the finals. It isn't quite. You notice there is some Canadian talent sprinkled in on the Outsiders there.
We do absolutely see that. Big talent from the Canadian side helping out with the Outsiders.
Lukas hit out, and Giovenko hit out as well.
Justin Payan switched into corner there. Hasn't played much corner role that I've seen yet on this Shred team. Happy birthday to him, shout out.
Oh.
I believe it is his birthday today. Having some good celebrations here at the after party this evening, I assume.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of these players will stick around for that.
Yep.
We go toward Payan, who goes in the air with a blocker. Like he always looks very casual at those moments.
Oh yeah, I think he knows what he can do, right? So when you have that confidence in yourself and you know your abilities, you know how to position yourself to be successful, and he's really good at doing that. 4-on-3, I believe.
Yeah, but it is Shred the 3 coming up to the line.
I don't want to stand up and get off camera, but I might have to because everyone's walking by.
Oh, and just
little shoe shine there. Just a little trickle of a throw.
Yeah.
But hit where it's supposed to.
What I like what the Outsiders are doing, you see a lot of them just kind of reassuring the player as he walks off.
Yeah.
Keeping spirits up.
Exactly. You have to realize you are playing against some of the best in the world in this game, and so they are going to hit you. You are going to get caught. These things are going to happen, but you just have to keep your mental game into it and know that at points you are going to do incredible things too.
Exactly. Have faith in your abilities and your teammates. Have respect for the opponents here. There's a clip on Moore, Shota Barbo, who's had some amazing moments already in these Dodgeball Toronto tournaments and on the world stage, starting for Team USA this past year.
We've seen Cleveland make some great catches in that first game. Oh, almost did it again. Almost.
So close. Yeah, he's so elusive out there, and he's such a good catcher. It's annoying when it feels like you get a ball on a player like that finally.
Exactly.
And he snares it.
You know, he lands exactly where you plan to throw, but then can make that catch, and you're just like, what do you do, right?
Yeah, but this time Outsider is able to make it happen.
I'm excited. I always like when a match goes back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of it, I don't really care who wins because we're supporting both teams equally, but I want to see a close match. I want to see cool things. And I think we will.
Yeah.
A lot of athleticism on this court right now.
Yeah, we see a catch off Simos' ball. I know from having him throw at me that that's a tough catch.
A great hold, too, by Outsiders here. It's really easy to get baited into a high-intensity game where it's like throw, going for those counters. But them to take a moment and be like, it's second match. Let's just slow it down here and set up an actual play was good leadership from Lukas.
Yep, and that ball retriever was waiting for the ball. It bounced into Shade Berkeley, the referee's foot. But recognizing that that's what happened, Berkeley did let the ball go back to the Outsider side. Ooh, clean shot there. That was Hashimoto, another one of the young stars for the Americans in the last Worlds.
Really good block breakers here. Everyone's throwing these balls with a lot of movement, and it's really cool to see. Like, often a lot of younger players or younger teams won't target those balls because they know that they're more survivable, but it's not an issue here.
Wheeler taken out. Shota doing a great job hitting those shots. Cleveland finds him, though.
Cleveland left last again. Very much so, because he's probably the hardest to hit. Like, you don't want to just give the team balls because you can't hit a player. So I understand the strategy going on if this is what Outsiders is planning. You know, you're leaving someone who is very strong catcher, very strong skills, hard to hit. But if they're last and they do make that catch, at least only one player's coming on, and you're not having to deal with another 5 players later. So good honesty there. I did not see that as a hit.
Yeah, Cleveland doing a really good job getting into the blocking position, but yeah, we just see him on the replay there just get barely taken out. So Outsiders, I mean, it's the accuracy here that's really coming through for them for that early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and a quick 2-0 lead too. Hopefully Shred can bring it back and just keep that intensity up. There we go. That's going to make a change. I think that's a turning point in this match, and we'll see some good a good kind of counter from them.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes to shift how these points feel. They also get a hit onto Lucas Boyle, who is taken out on the far side. He's been a captain and a coach for Team USA in the past. Veteran player out of Dodgeball Seattle. There's a block by Patry, and the ball taking a friendly bounce all the way back to the Shred side.
I like cheering for people who wear jersey number 1 because I also wear number 1, and so I have a little, like, in my heart, I feel for them.
Yeah, a little bit of sympathy. That's a great shot. Martinez going really low, and the ball just finding him kind of on the knee, just above the ground. Oh, what is that? Is called a catch. So that just sticks in the feet of Gehrig.
I'm surprised they didn't go to the line refs there, because it did look like it might have touched the ground, but I see Matty Silvera shaking his head yes that it was a catch, so
right.
Good call there by the refs.
Yeah, he's right back there, eating an apple but paying attention.
Yes.
Barbeau taken out. Okay, Hashimoto as well. Payan trading.
Good trade there, I think. Yep. You know, Hashimoto is extremely hard to hit as an athlete, and he's got one of the deadliest throws I've ever seen. So I think that's a good trade.
Gehrig with a shot, and now covering as Patry pops up, and great timing on that shot from Giovenko, but everybody's surviving. At that time, no disguise. Patry just stepping into one.
Shred opting for a more defensive position. You see their feet are side by side. They're not likely going to pop up and throw by their stance, and they may switch now and go into more offensive with one foot in front of the other. But you can see they're going into block positions. I think they want to avoid that counter game and just get on offense.
Yeah, and part of what I really like about the way they play is they can mix up that tempo. They seem to have a clear idea of how they want to do it. Ooh, Giovenko just taken out on a long shot.
I think he wasn't expecting those far throws there. He's expecting them to set up a little bit more.
Because Outsiders have been doing that. They've been getting forward pretty often because those counter shots are coming from Shred and not quite hitting.
Yeah.
So we do see Outsiders able to do this pretty often.
Good throw by Patry. Little miss, but we know that he's able to make those big hits, so I expect to see something.
One of the things that's interesting when these players come up to the line, sometimes if they keep moving and throw right away, you get a little more oomph on your shot. But if you want to disguise things, you often have to stop and then make sure you can still get power on those throws, even from a full standing position.
Yeah.
Easier for some than others.
For some. Yeah. Emphasis on some, because I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely easier for me to get power on throws with an actual proper step into it while moving forward. But see a lot of the players on the court right now with the full skill set.
Somebody's called the timeout. I assume it was Outsiders giving their 2 players a little rest because they're down, but you know what they say about assuming.
They say, great idea. I love assuming.
Assumptions are great. So here we go.
All right, the potentially refreshed players. And the Gehrig was just caught out a little too long covering his teammate, and Cleveland with a great shot.
Yeah. I don't think they maybe track Cleveland's creep up on the side a little bit, and
then once they had 3 balls, they could put on 1. I mean,
exactly.
with these players' throws, it's pretty hard to survive. And Shred gets on the board with their first point.
Close match, like I anticipated or hoped for. So I think we're going to be excited. Lots of excitement to come.
I mean, we had an ankles catch. That's something you don't see very often.
Nope.
Off the rush again. Both teams quite quick. Neither with a big edge, I'd say, on the rush.
Both teams also opting with a starting roster. You see the same players playing. I think they might make small changes if needed, but right now I think they're playing likely who's been most accurate and effective in these morning games.
Yeah, it has the advantage sometimes of just that chemistry, that flow being found by the teams.
Yeah, exactly.
And taken out with a low shot. Outsiders trying to capitalize on the moment. I like that when players are maybe looking around a little bit to see what's going on.
And there was a little crop forming. Jeff just standing in front of Cleveland and Pi, and could cause a double reaction and a double hit. So, you got to kind of go for those, see what happens.
Right now, outsiders coming up. They go towards Giovenko. Scrambles back up to his feet.
This is a new play that you see a lot in dodgeball. Some people call it lockup, some people call it certain things, and it's just, you're rushing, and whoever's thrown, that person is open to throw the ball, and you see it a lot more frequently now, and it's a great play. I think it is fantastic. It's one of those plays that you don't have to discuss and slow the game down. Based on what the other team does, you get to then make your move, and it keeps the game moving fast. I think it's incredible play that's been added to most teams' rosters.
I think some of what is developing over time, teams don't always need to huddle up and talk about what to do. They've got more systems in place and more of a playbook that individual players know what kinds of decisions they can make in that team structure.
Yep.
An advantage, of course, of keeping the same group together for a while, too, if you can. Ooh, nice hit on Lucas Boyle.
Good rush for that ball and awareness from Hashimoto there. Make sure that the ball advantage stays on his side, or player advantage with the extra ball.
So Nelson Giovenko providing cover. Okay, now they're back up. Regroup. Shred coming to the line. Outsiders on defense. It's just one ball they have to worry about. Patry with a good block. Garrick in the middle. It's Patry with the throw. He misses high. And Garrick taken out in the back pedal. Hashimoto was also clipped. Okay, so good accuracy again coming out of those Shred throwers.
Good clean block.
We're coming to the end of the half. Okay, few tries. Nothing too chaotic at the end here. We're into no blocking. I think these players know, of course, you don't completely change your game into pure reckless mode just because you're in no blocking.
Nope.
A lot of things are similar.
A lot of things are similar. I think target selection changes sometimes,
Yep.
Free throws happen a little bit more. But other than that, same thing. Same thing.
Quick hits from Shred.
Yeah.
Just tying things up here as the first half ends. All right, very close match.
Yeah, tied at 2 or 0s. Some people might say bring it back. 0s going into the half. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's so close. Again, I don't know that there's that much that either team is going to change. I mean, again, like you were saying, maybe a little bit of target selection, or maybe, they might have noticed tiny little tendencies of the other players. I know a lot of these guys know each other really well, too. So,
as teammates, and on the world stage as teammates, but then also just playing against each other at every tournament, essentially, mostly in finals.
Yeah, if you decide you want to watch footage of any of these people playing, there's tons out there.
Yes.
So
I think they'll probably keep their starting rosters on. Again, they're playing well against each other. Again, like I said, when you're playing with this much talent, good things are going to happen on both sides. And you're gonna get beat by the other side sometimes. But right now it's going 1-for-1, and that's all you can ask for at this high level.
Yeah, and I think making sure you keep your mental game strong is important in these moments. Know that you need to execute at the best of your ability, so just whatever headspace you need to be in for that. That's where I think sometimes the timeouts can be helpful, or once in a while if you sit one player, bring in another, let a player, I don't know, cool off or get their head right or whatever they might feel like they need sometimes.
I think when teams aren't used to losing, which these two teams are not used to losing, it is sometimes very easy to kind of lose focus if you're down a couple points. So maintaining that resilience and knowing that you're just as strong and you can come back from it. It hasn't been an issue right now because they're going back and forth every point. So, but if someone starts to pull away, it's going to be important to see if the other team can keep up with that.
Again, quick rushes, but nobody taking a shot right away. Shred sets up. Simos from the middle. Lucas tries toward him as well.
Great throw, but I think Simos was expecting it, so was able to kind of sidestep that pretty easily.
Some teams, if say the middle player is the one who throws, sometimes teams will then take that as an excuse to target the outside players.
Yeah.
So there are some choices to be made about who you want as a target, who you think is the most exposed. Simos again going to be the shot from the middle. Yep. Did he step awkwardly there, or is he just emoting?
I mean, this time of a tournament, it might just be cramps happening, which is what we hope for more than an injury if you see someone limping or something.
Oh, Payan not quite able to juggle it.
Just a little bobble there.
I was interested that outsiders didn't send another ball as coverage too. You do sometimes see that, just trying to make sure. Shred coming together. The attack, good defensive posturing, but Lucas hit out.
5-on-5 here.
Okay, there's some good moments. Shota, Barbo taken out, but a catch brings back in Lucas. Now the attack going toward the left side.
I think you can tell a little bit of fatigue. These teams were pumping a lot earlier and making, where the ball's coming from a little bit more questionable, but it doesn't seem like they're pumping as much now when they get to the line. It's just, I think, day two.
Yeah.
Day two. Both sides are not pumping as much, so you still don't know where the ball's coming from, obviously, but less setting up your teammates, less making it. Oh, no.
It's a double. Bad bounce. At least if you're the outsiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of these players, of course, are going to be, quite a lot of them, I think, are going to be in a mixed comp afterward, too. Giovenko taken out. Great throw out of Hashimoto. Logan Gehrig. Oh, Moore baited that one in.
Unreal.
I think he was very much trying to draw that in, and he did. Bringing back
me. I'm not paying attention. Just joking.
A beautiful throw, getting Hashimoto under the blocker. Martinez all alone.
Great hands on Martinez too, though, right? So we're going to see some.
Okay, Payan taking him out. I mean, Martinez did what he is probably his best available option, going low, trying to keep those blockers out, but we just see that ball kind of roll over his blockers and take him out. So Shred looking a little dicey there for a moment, but I'd say Moore's catch the turning point on that one. So the first lead of the match for Shred. They've actually won 3 straight now. As close as everything has been, it's hard to remember that they were blanked in the first 2, and now they've got a decent little streak going. A
little shift on outsiders, putting in Max Cloutier and seating Gehrig right now. Oh, good pop-up. Good heads up by Hashimoto.
Oh, what a catch by Cruz.
That was really cool. Dodgeball's cool, man. Dodgeball's cool.
That was an amazing catch from him on his back. He did get hit immediately, which is good coverage by outsiders, but takes nothing away from how amazing that catch was.
And like great positioning on that ball too. Like he's laying sideways, and you hit his hip, but it rolls up, and his hands just it stuck. Like what do? You take that shot every time.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at that shot. He just made an unreal catch.
Cruz never gives up on a play. Oh, there's a hit, I think, on Simos. No, that's a catch by Simos.
Oh.
Barbeau looks a little disappointed, understandably so, but great play by Simos and a catch by Patry.
Patry, big catch by Patry, and he knows it. He knows they needed that, and he's...
Everybody's celebrating each of these now
Yes.
for good reason. Giovenco tracks it down!
This is nuts.
Okay, so here's the call, though. So Giovenco obviously got it. Did he have control before? Basically, his butt landed outside.
They're gonna see that. So this is a new rule from WWF, I believe this year. It's been adopted, so you just need possession. You don't need to land. So as long as he has full possession, he doesn't have to land in court. That's
true for Worlds. I know in their video before the tournament, Jeff and Mark did say that they're using the old rules, though.
Oh, okay. Then disregard.
But that said, I think they judged, as far as they could tell, the timing did work out in Giovenco's favor.
Okay.
You know, outsiders were skeptical initially. Patry taking a shot. I think when Patry misses, he tends to miss high.
Still 4-3 here, so we'll see what happens. Play call out the middle from Cloutier.
And now active feet, staying out high with the ball. Not too long. Patry and Lucas in the corners. Cruz missing high. And outsiders just find some space. Martinez is going to take the middle now from Cloutier. Good lateral motions again. Sees some of those pump fakes coming back in the game, but as you said, it does feel like a bit less than early on.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
And from the excitement that we saw about 4.5 seconds ago, it's a lot more calm now. I think they kind of realize it's a 4-on-3, and now we lock it down. The craziness happened. It was incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have some crazy moments. Both of these teams, once things break open, they're happy to lean into it if they have the edge there. Okay, good coverage of those balls. Boyle eventually taken out, and Cloutier. Shred opportunistic.
3-on-2 now for Shred.
Patry likes the left side, I guess, at the moment. Martinez, the first target. Moore and Cleveland liking just one leg covered by a tight.
I like that they're throwing just one from the outsider side. You know, they're down a player, and they still have 3 on Shred, so you don't want to give them the opportunity to throw more than one ball by giving them 4, because they're going to have to throw 2 regardless to release that offense. So I think,
another catch by Moore.
A little late on that counter. Good block. Yes, and that ball.
Yep, keeps the ball. Patry smart. Okay. Cleveland stares him down a bit. He has the luxury of teammates backing him up too, which Patry does not at the moment.
Shout out to Patry, you know, playing for Team Canada this year, also just like an athlete in a different sport, I believe comes from baseball out of Quebec. A lot of great baseball players from the province of Quebec, and really just bought into this game, and it's become something that he's tremendous at, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, and one of, I think, 3 Patry brothers, all told, who are at this tournament and playing at a pretty high level.
Yeah.
Saw the other 2 on Royals.
And they're so much fun to watch them. They're here for a good time.
Shred looking like all business right now, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're playing the clock. I think it's a little too early to do too much clock play.
Oh, definitely. It's too close. This team can turn it on at any time, so I don't think...
Patry
and
if anyone,
smart
thing.
Yeah, and if anyone can turn this to, like, anyone on these teams can turn it, but Patry is also... Oh! I thought that was it. He was ready for that.
You hear the reaction from the crowd too, knowing it was close, just not quite there, and Shred 4th straight point.
Crowd's reaction was very much like my reaction.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's not a lot to choose from between these teams. Each point has felt pretty close. Another timeout, maybe.
Exactly. Lots of time on the clock, though. 3:30 in dodgeball. You know, it can mean one match, but it also can mean 2 or 3 matches, depending how fast you push it. I don't think they have to push it. When it comes to the score right now at 4-2, they have essentially 3 minutes and 29 seconds to win a point. And if they do, they're going to get a no blocking regardless. So as long as they win it with time on the clock, it's fine. It becomes a little harder to do with less time, but 3:30 is tons of time. They don't have to push it. I hope to see them not feel time pressure. I hope that they play it the way they should be playing it in the middle of the game. I think they will. They all have the experience to do it.
And I think there's really good leadership from players like Lucas Boyle on this side too.
Yeah.
I mean, even if some of these guys are younger, they have a lot of experience. They have veterans on the team to help if necessary. Shred may be playing it really safe. We saw one player for 3 balls that time, kicking one out to the retriever to send back into play.
Yeah,
one of the most defensive ways to play it.
They might be trying to slow that clock down, not giving them the opportunity. Ooh. Unreal shoe shine. That was wicked.
Perfect. And bouncing back.
Yeah. Got to get that refund, that's for sure.
Swapping out a ball, I think, here. That's the whistle. Yeah, I think it's possible. We've seen Shred play just a much more patient defensive style at times, and they might try to do that here because Outsiders has time, but you know, if they can burn enough of it. Oh!
That's
friendly bounce for the Outsiders. Hashimoto trying to capitalize.
One thing my dad always says, you got to be good to be lucky, right? So when you're a good thrower, doubles are going to happen more often, and the double itself is luck, but your skill is what got there, or pop-ups, things like that. Like when pop-ups happen and you make a pop-up, you got to be good to be lucky, and, you know, I say it all the time.
Yeah. There was a bit of head in hands from those players as they headed off, but, I mean, what are you going to do sometimes? Just take your out, get your head right, get back in the game, hopefully. So Shred playing it safe. Again, even with the player deficit now, which I think is probably the right call for them.
Hashimoto looking for a catch there, kind of setting himself up for a pocket, which I don't think is necessary. I think they have lots of time to be able to hit these guys. So
I wonder if he's trying to read a tendency that he expects. Ooh. Barbo taking out Cruz, doing the damage.
They don't need to start going for trades yet. Again, 2 minutes is tons of time.
2 balls sent by Shred, which makes sense. They did have 5.
And Outsiders kind of reacting, saying like, you know what, no more trades, no more throws. Let's just, there we go, get on offense. You know, people tend to forget that their offense is sometimes their best attribute, and they're doing it here. Getting this roll back here.
Cruz, we mentioned he never gives up on a play. He's going to have to do some work here. We'll see how Outsiders approaches it. Cruz probably going to use as much time as he can. I don't think there's any reason not to.
Oh, again, not necessary. Use your arms. Your arms are hitting.
Cruz giving a head shake like you weren't catching that.
Yeah.
Good dodging from him.
I like seeing them throw 2. I'd like to see them wait for 2 balls to come in, though. Get your 3 like you need to. You don't need to force this. You still got a minute. 59 seconds, I suppose, to, you know, as long as there's a second on the clock, they can play that last point.
Yeah, let's see how Cruz plays it. He's going defensive. Looks like just trying to make it hard. He does get taken out. Outsiders using the time they have. And as you said, now it's very likely that this point will end up going to no blocking, which does mean Outsiders, if they are still in it at that point and they win it in no blocking,
it will go to that 4-minute.
The bonus period.
Yeah.
And of course, if Shred can just clutch it out themselves, then it's just over.
Yeah. They are gonna go straight into. Oh.
No, they're doing the rush.
They
I think because it ended early enough. But yeah, there's what, 28 seconds, I think, on the clock maybe? Berkeley's holding it now, so I can't see it. I'm positive she can. 25 seconds from what I can see. Down to 20. Shred to the line.
Do you think we're going to see explosions with 3 seconds on the clock, or do you think everyone's just going to be like, let's just wait for no blocking? What do you think's going to happen?
My guess is patient.
All right.
Giovinco thinking catch.
5 seconds left on the clock. We're either going to see nothing or something. Oh.
Just a couple long-range ones. Yeah, both teams, I mean, I know they have confidence in their ability. You've got nearly full rosters on both sides here. 5 over there on Shred, 6 still for Outsiders.
No blocking. Outsiders, oh.
Right in the pocket. Giovinco making it look easy. Cleveland back on, and there's a couple of good shots from Shred, but again, playing it patient.
So 6 on 5 for Shred now.
Giovinco trying to draw one in, but that time taken out by Boyle.
Great positioning by Lucas Boyle there too, hitting that shoulder.
And
oh.
Ref says Ravi there. What's he saying?
Saying something.
Definitely. That's the insight they tuned into us for.
Oh.
So
I believe
center line?
That must have been on the follow through though, so the hit does count. It looks like on Giovinco, but the follow through was a landing on the other side of the court. Boyle being called out.
Yeah, we don't see too many of those. Backlines, yes. Sidelines sometimes. Center line less so.
For the most part too, those throws do lead into hit and then over the line because you're releasing and then your follow throughs and brings to the other side. So it's usually a safe play to say that the throw was released before the player was out.
So this no blocking still pretty tight. Everybody playing it a little bit slow right now.
Oh,
what a shot.
Great cross there. I didn't get to see if Hashimoto and Garrig set him up, but it didn't look like Simos was expecting that at all.
Yeah, it's tough to catch these players off guard, but as you say, that's sometimes what your teammates can do, set it up for you, draw the attention away just long enough.
Good lateral movement from Patry here. It seems like they are targeting him. There's a few dodges that he had to make, and he's been successful.
Payan really good at going down to his knees and getting those hands up, but I mean, these throws coming in a little too hard and a little too curvy for that. There's a try by Moore.
Some good footwork there from Patry.
That was close.
Yeah.
I like Moore disguising, again, when things are coming. It gets mixed up. Cruz taken out. That's big for Outsiders.
I forget that I'm on camera, but I'm sitting here like, are we going into overtime? I don't know.
It's looking a bit more likely than it did before, but Moore,
great
what
hands
a catch.
Again, unreal, and doesn't get hit there. It was able to avoid that ball that came in near his knees, bringing his knees to the side. Incredible dodge and catch.
And now we're 3-on-3. Patry gets clipped. Two of the young guns now, Garrig and Hashimoto, gonna have to do it against 3 from Shred.
Sometimes the commentators speak too soon and say things because they get excited. Please don't hold it against me.
Oh, and Garrig, that's the danger sometimes when you drop the ball.
Rolling to the other side.
And that'll be Shred's count. Moore just immediately picks it up and hurls it back.
Smart play though, like the count was coming on to Outsider's side, and they saw the ball rolling back, and they didn't feel they had to take the throw. Yeah.
Garrick's ball almost caught Cleveland too. It just ended up curving off target, but great throw from him. Moore gets under it, making the best of losing his balance a touch.
They remember it's no blocking. It's been so long. I suspect someone's going to forget. Oh, see, the way his ball's going in the front there, it feels like...
It looked a bit like it, Garrig. Is he going to see that other ball? Yes. 5 balls on the Outsider side. They go toward Cleveland. They take him out. Moore, does he have another one in him? Facing 2 now. If Moore can secure this, it'll be gold for Shred. If not, we're going to go to an extra period. There's a hit. There's another hit. Shred clutching it out. Jaquan Moore. 2 hits at the end after that massive catch and staying alive earlier too.
Honestly, this is, I think, the first tournament they're doing MVP voting in this match. Moore made that catch that turns it when it's 2-0. Moore finishes this point like it should with a catch. I would send it his way, but I'm not playing and I have no value. So just.
Well, that escalated quickly, but I think you have value.
Oh, thank you. You have value too.
So congratulations to Shred. They are champions here. Outsiders, super hard fought match. We saw just how close it came down at the end, just like it was all match, really.
Incredible. What incredible athletes it's been. It's so fun to watch, and I'm so glad that we can host tournaments like this in Canada and have people who want to show up for this tournament. So shout out to Dodgeball Toronto, the refs, and the ball retrievers who all stepped up to help people out.
Absolutely. And of course, there is still more tournament to go. Mixed Open is going to be starting off.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Everyone cheer for capital punishment. I'm not allowed to do that, but I'm
okay.
doing it. I'm doing it.
Now that the match is over, I'm sure it's fine. So we will get into some Mixed Open. That is coming soon. And so for Steph Ness, I'm Terry Thrasher, and this is Dodgeball Toronto's Kickoff 2025. See you next time.